The Chiefs are far more devastating than anyone realizes. Teams aren't ready for what's coming. The Chiefs will be more dangerous than anyone realizes, and the NFL is about to see a level of destruction that they weren't prepared for. With every passing season, Kansas City has built itself into one of the most dangerous and unpredictable forces in the league. From their thrilling Super Bowl victories to their mind-bending offensive plays, the Chiefs have consistently managed to turn heads. But in 2025, they're not just going to be another championship contender. They're set to become an unstoppable juggernaut, and their opponents have no idea what's coming. When most people think of the Kansas City Chiefs, the first name that likely comes to mind is Patrick Mahomes, the electrifying quarterback who has redefined the position. His skill set is unmatched, his improvisation second to none, and his ability to lead a game-winning drive under pressure has become his trademark. But what's been so quietly impressive over the past few seasons is the way the Chiefs' front office has continuously reinforced the team, making shrewd moves that others have overlooked. The franchise hasn't just relied on the brilliance of Mahomes, though that alone would be enough to keep them in the conversation. They've strategically put together a roster that, when fully realized, will overwhelm any team standing in their way. Kansas City's offense is already one of the most explosive in the league. With Mahomes leading the charge, the Chiefs can stretch defenses in ways that few teams can replicate. The deep ball is an obvious threat, but it's the Chiefs' ability to mix in short passes, play action, and screen plays that make their offense a nightmare to defend against. What sets them apart, however, is their unique combination of speed and precision. Mahomes has the uncanny ability to deliver pinpoint passes to his receivers in any situation, making use of both the deep and intermediate routes. But it's not just Mahomes' arm that keeps defensive coordinators up at night. It's his ability to read defenses and improvise when plays break down. While Mahomes may be the face of the franchise, it's the collection of offensive weapons around him that makes this Chiefs team even more lethal than before. Travis Kelce, one of the best tight ends in the history of the NFL, remains Mahomes' most trusted target, providing an elite security blanket over the middle of the field. Kelce's ability to break tackles and create yards after the catch is unparalleled, and his understanding of how to exploit mismatches makes him nearly impossible to stop. With Mahomes at the helm, Kelce doesn't just run routes. He becomes an extension of Mahomes' will, adapting on the fly to whatever the defense throws his way. But the Chiefs' offense doesn't end with Kelce. The additions of new talent to the roster give the team even more depth. While wide receiver Marquise Hollywood Brown's career has been plagued by injuries, he's still one of the most dangerous, deep threats in the NFL when healthy. With Brown on the field, the Chiefs have the capability to stretch the field vertically like few teams can. His breakaway speed forces defenders to cover more ground than they can handle, which opens up space for other weapons to exploit. In 2025, the Chiefs' receiving core is poised to be a real problem for opposing defenses, especially with a healthy Brown creating mismatches all over the field. Beyond the skill players, the Chiefs have managed to maintain one of the most consistent and effective offensive lines in the league. With players like Orlando Brown Jr. and Trey Smith anchoring the trenches, Kansas City's offensive line is built to protect Mahomes and give him time to make magic happen. This offensive line has been revamped and bolstered in recent seasons, with the front office placing a strong emphasis on protecting their most valuable asset, Mahomes. The importance of an offensive line that not only protects the quarterback, but also allows the running backs to get into rhythm cannot be overstated, and Kansas City has invested heavily in that foundation. While the offense grabs much of the spotlight, it's on the defensive side of the ball where the Chiefs have quietly set themselves up for dominance. Kansas City's defense has often been a point of critique, especially in years past when the team relied too heavily on its offense to win games. But that narrative is quickly changing. The Chiefs' front office has invested significantly in improving their defensive talent, and the fruits of those investments are now beginning to show. Players like defensive end Chris Jones are at the forefront of this transformation, becoming a nightmare for opposing quarterbacks. Jones has consistently been one of the top pass rushers in the league, and his ability to disrupt the pocket is a game changer. Opposing offensive lines will struggle to contain him, and that kind of pressure is precisely what the Chiefs need to take their defense to the next level. In addition to Jones, the Chiefs have made a series of savvy acquisitions in the secondary and linebacker positions, which allows them to create more dynamic and unpredictable defensive schemes. With players like Nick Bolton at linebacker and a revamped cornerback group, Kansas City can afford to be more aggressive in its approach to defense. The defense isn't just about getting stops. It's about forcing turnovers, pressuring the quarterback, and turning the ball over to the offense as quickly as possible. This high-octane defensive mentality complements the offensive firepower, making the Chiefs an all-around terrifying team. When you consider the Chiefs' depth, it becomes clear just how devastating they are. Their bench strength is enough to withstand the inevitable injuries that come with a long NFL season. The addition of depth players like Charles Omenihu and the consistent play from backup quarterback Gardner Minshew means the Chiefs can weather storms that might break lesser teams. Minshew's presence is especially crucial, as it ensures that Mahomes will have a reliable backup should he miss time, without compromising the offensive scheme. Moreover, the Chiefs' ability to adapt and evolve with the league's trends gives them an edge over many of their competitors. They're not a team that relies solely on the same game plan year in and year out. Instead, they continuously evolve, finding new ways to exploit defenses and adjust to the changing landscape of the NFL. This adaptability makes them nearly impossible to predict, and no matter how well an opponent prepares, there's always something new that the Chiefs can throw at them. The combination of explosive offense, an evolving defense, and the coaching brilliance of Andy Reid makes the Chiefs a more dangerous team than ever before. Kansas City is not just a team with a good quarterback and a few playmakers. They are a team with a well-balanced, multifaceted roster that can dominate every facet of the game. Whether it's the deep ball, quick passes, or a relentless pass rush, the Chiefs are prepared to overwhelm opponents in ways that they aren't ready for. As the 2025 season approaches, the rest of the NFL should be on high alert. The Chiefs are not the same team they were last year. They are a version of themselves that is more dangerous, more adaptable, and more poised for greatness than anyone could have anticipated. With Mahomes leading the way and an offense that can score from anywhere on the field, combined with a defense that can get after the quarterback and force turnovers, the Chiefs are about to unleash chaos in a way that the NFL isn't ready for. This isn't just another year of Kansas City being a contender. This is the year they become an outright force, one that will devastate every team in their path. And teams around the league should start preparing for the worst, because what's coming from the Chiefs isn't just another playoff run. It's an all-out blitz on the entire NFL.